Hi, my name is Dr. Arnold, and in this video, Matt is going to be sharing his smile journey, how he had Invisalign treatment with myself to straighten his teeth, and then how he had composite bonding done afterwards to finish off his smile. So I hope you enjoy as Matt shares his smile journey.
My name is Matt Howarth, so I've had Invisalign treatment with Dr Arnold, which taken around 8 months, started in kind of April time, in December now. So it's gone really fast, but I think when you first start you don't think it's going to go so fast, but then once you get towards the end you realise how quickly the time's gone. So I do think there's like a real big importance about making sure you do it in the right order. So I had the option of going, you can get like porcelain veneers where your teeth might get a little bit shaved down and they put the porcelain over the top. But I never really wanted my teeth getting any kind of shaving down work done to them type of thing. I didn't really want that. So I thought if I went to try and get composite work done, but if they was to do the composite when they're slightly crossed, it means your teeth are always going to be crossed. They're never going to change, because once you get the composite work done, unless you get it taken off, it costs a lot of money, so you don't want to get it taken off, then it's always going to look a little bit off center, a little bit off, and I never wanted that. I just wanted to make sure that I got it done right first time, as they say to do, just to make sure it was all done completely correct. So I think once I found that you can get Invisalign to straighten them first, and I wouldn't have to shave my teeth down, I wouldn't have to sort of lose any of my teeth, they'd still be there underneath the composite. I thought that was like a big thing, because I didn't want to get 10-20 years down the line and my teeth, like my actual teeth, are non-existent and I'm having to get screws put in and stuff like that. So I think it's really important to do the research, know what will happen in future years, so that you can make the right decision. And I thought the best decision was to get them straightened first, and then get the composite work done. So originally, when I started looking around the different kind of treatments for teeth, I was looking at Instagram and you're seeing all like the composite work that's online. You're going, I want that, I want them to look like that, I want them to look like this. So then once I went to another practice and they said kind of I wanted some composite veneers done, and they said you kind of need Invisalign first. There's a few things that were slightly crossed, and if they did the treatment then they wouldn't look as good as if I got the Invisalign first. So then I came to Dr Arnold to get the Invisalign treatment. I had the consultation call with him online, and then I kind of knew where I wanted to move forward with it then. So one of my friends was also with him doing it, so that kind of helped, because I didn't really know where to go to for Preston Invisalign at first. And then one of my mates went to Dr Arnold and said he was really good for the whole process type of thing. So I just wanted to make sure that I was going to someone I knew had been to before was good. And then also when you look on Instagram and you see all his Invisalign treatments and so all the awards he's getting as well, which is good, I think that just kind of solidifies it. And with it only being 5 to 10 minutes down the road, it was just quite convenient as well. And then Dr Arnold has been great, and he's lived up to the expectations as well, so it's been good. So the initial consultation was online. It was just via like a Zoom call. I don't know if that's because it was a COVID or just because he does that anyway. I don't know if it come in line, but I think it was just kind of an initial 10-minute chat. It kind of asked you sort of what you wanted to do, why you wanted it, and where you wanted to get to, sort of with your teeth. And there's a couple of options, whether there's quite a lot of movement needed or there's only a little bit of movement needed, and that'll depend on how long the treatment's going to take, or kind of the cost as well. So it was kind of to discuss that. You'd send him a couple of pictures, and he'd say what kind of work that he think it would be needed. Obviously you need to see you to confirm what would be required, but once you kind of get the initial thing, he can kind of give you guidance on what he thinks would be the best course of action and way to go, and if you needed anything like hygiene treatment, which I needed before I came to him, so that was good as well. Yeah, so the staff are really welcoming. You walk in, obviously you've got to take your temperature and stuff, make sure you're wearing your mask, but no, they're really welcoming. The practice is lovely, so I've never had any complaints with that, and you're never waiting too long either for Dr Arnold to come down, which is good. He always seems to be on time, so I'm never waiting around. Yeah, so kind of living with the Invisalign at first, it's a little bit difficult, because you've got to get used to it. You've got to get used to wearing it all the time, wearing it every day, and they can be a little bit tight to start off with. But you know, once you get sort of in the motion of doing things and kind of living your day-to-day life, then it becomes a lot easier. And what I did when I was sort of going out and eating or doing, I'd take a little dental kit with me, like a floss or a little retainer box, just to make sure that you've always got it with you, because you do need to go and floss after you eat, because there's stuff that'll be in between your teeth. You don't want to put your retainers in once you've got that in, because you'll be able to see food in your retainers when you're walking around, which isn't good. So just like, if anybody gets it, just like a little retainer box that's got like a floss or a mini tooth, which is what I took around with me, with a little bit of toothpaste. You do feel a bit strange going into toilets and brushing your teeth, but once you get used to it and you're not bothered what people think, then it's all alright. When you're wearing the retainers kind of day to day, sort of, if like from a distance, you're never going to see that it's in. It's only when you get like dead close that you can see somebody's got it in, but even then it's really difficult, because they literally are just like an invisible aligner. So if I did take them out when I was going to eat, people, I didn't even know you had that in, type of thing. It was really good just to have something that was a brace but didn't look like a brace. I didn't want to look like I've got the kind of train track thing, so I just wanted to make sure that I was getting that with it as well. Now, after having all the treatment done, I feel so much more confident when walking around, just doing your daily tasks. Not that my teeth were horrendous beforehand, don't get me wrong, they weren't bad, and there was just a couple of crosses here and there, but having them done now, the confidence is just so much more grown. I've grown so much more. You're just more confident walking around the streets or whatever and speaking to people, because you know that your teeth are looking alright, so that's the main thing. But even after the Invisalign, I've got people saying they've seen a mad difference changing my teeth. And then even when I got the composite work done, it was even again, everyone's looking going, well, have you done something to your teeth? And I'm like, well, yeah. It's kind of like you wanted that when you first start it, but then once you get in it, it's a bit like, oh, I know there's a massive change now because people are noticing it. Yeah, so if you're thinking about getting your teeth done, I'd just say do a lot of research first. As I first did, I was doing research for a good few months before I started getting consultations. Then look at like who you want to go to for the teeth, and Invisalign, Dr Arnold was definitely one of the recommendations that I'd put out there. He's been great from start to finish. But then once you get that first consultation, I even went for a couple. You don't have to go for just one consultation. You can go for a couple and then see which one you think you'd want to go to more, which one might be more convenient, price-wise, anything like that. So I just say do the research first, then get your consultations, and then kind of decide which way you want to go forward with it.